in every class and course, it is very important. What is that called? Expectations, right? In AWS also, I said that expectations, and we all met that expectations or not. Similarly, here also in DevOps, you have some expectations, and I also have some expectations. So can you let me know what are your expectations from this course? I heard from your AWS. Forget about that. Okay. So I'm your new sir. Just tell me what are your expectations from this course, because I need to inline with that expectation so that we can meet each other. Tell me. You are knowledge. Okay. Okay. That is only 1%. Set job line. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead online. Offline. Good knowledge on DevOps. Yes. After this course, you should be able to handle the situations. Okay. Having good command on DevOps tools and to be good in troubleshooting. Okay. Good knowledge. Fantastic. Yes. It's very hard for you now to tell what are these expectations, but let me set some expectations here for you. So first of all, you should be excellent in fundamentals. I always say that, and most of you, right, you have already learned fundamentals from me. So new people, just continue the class, and then and I'll be also teaching quickly about the fundamentals. If you don't know anything about the client and server, also we have learned from that. So from that level, we'll be starting if required about the fundamentals. And then many people are waiting for the Linux. So let me ask online everyone, how many people are waiting for Linux? Because DevOps is 99.99% will be on Linux only. And then there are so many people out here, hundreds of people come to me all the time and say, sir, I need to learn Linux. So you teach Linux, sir, we will learn. And as I promised you that in this course, the first thing that I'll start is Linux for you, right? And then I bet that you will be super good in Linux just within 2 days, right? If I ask something, that meaning I said, right? So that reason, so what I do is, slowly you got it. Okay. So I'll be covering the Linux fundamentals for you. And if you need really depth on Linux, you have a separate course from Naresh IT where you can join anytime, that Linux, which is free for you. But here I'll be covering that Linux fundamentals as well here. And we will be talking about DevOps tools and then AWS core services. Then here AWS core services meaning those who are new, if you're planning to still continue this class. So there are few very important services are there in AWS. So I'll be touching those services. Like you tell me guys, my old people, what are the core services that we know that we have? EC2, S3, RDS, VPC, Route 53. So these are the very most core concepts of AWS services, right? If there are so many of new people are here, then I'll be covering the basics. If there are no new people here at all, directly will be, because you are experts on that already. So directly we'll talk about the DevOps tools. And here also, we'll be talking about DevOps tools. I'll tell you what are the tools that I'll be talking about. And then here, DevSecOps tools also. DevSecOps is really important nowadays because whatever the things that you are deploying has to be passed through some security checks. So those DevSecOps tools also will be implemented. And I'll be giving you almost 10 end-to-end projects. We already did so many projects in AWS. Apart from that, here in DevOps itself, we'll be going a lot of things, right? So yeah. And interview questions, troubleshooting, resumes, that is very common. And next, now who should go for this? Sorry, I put this DevOps with AWS. But guys, here, this DevOps course, especially, who can join this course? Please listen carefully. Who can join this course? Those who have completed AWS from me, 100% they can join this course as you are waiting. And that is clear. Second thing is, those who don't know anything about the AWS, they can join the course, but you will get only basic knowledge on AWS, to be honest. But if you want to learn from basics on AWS and full-fledged on AWS, you might need to wait for my next batch, please. Okay. So if you want to learn AWS from me end-to-end on AWS, where you can clear the solution certification, so you need to wait for the next batch. For in that next batch, I'll be teaching first complete 2 months on AWS, next on DevOps. But this course, the first AWS 2 months is completed. So this is a DevOps course. So please, for new people, if you know AWS basics, you can join it. If you don't know anything about the AWS basics, anything about IT, anything about AWS, anything about client server, nothing if you don't know, I honestly recommend for you to wait for my next batch. So generally trainers will not say like this, right? One or two people, yeah. Okay. So for that reason, can you hear me online? Someone says voice is not clear. Okay. Yeah, right? All right. So you understand now who can opt for this course? So my old student, 100% you can go for it, because remember this, with AWS, you need to add DevOps also. Then only you can crack the interviews. You can also go with the AWS, but the chances if you add DevOps, chances are more. So for that reason, no, we are not talking about Azure Padma here. But if you know already Azure, yes, you can continue the class, no problem. Okay. So those who don't know anything about cloud or anything about what is client server, please hold on for my next batch, please. All right. So next, the jobs. Yes, experienced person can also join. So the job roles that you can apply after this course would be, you can, first 4, you already can apply by now. Those who learn AWS from me, you can apply as AWS engineer, AWS cloud engineer, AWS cloud architect, AWS support engineer. And now, after these 2 months, you can go as DevOps engineer, AWS DevOps engineer, SRE also, site reliability engineer, cloud engineer, platform engineer, cloud operations. So any designations will be suitable for our course after this course. Okay, the course strategy is like this. Thank you, Dinesh. So course strategy is like this, Nana. See, this course generally I have 3 parts. Part 1 is AWS. You're already done with it. Okay. My old people, part 1 is done. New people, that part 1 is missing for you, because the cloud concept is not. As I'm telling, if the number of new people are more, then I'll be covering AWS basics. Right. So if you need full-fledged on AWS, please wait for the next batch. That is one. And guys, and in part 1, those who have learned AWS from me, we did everything manually or not, except one service. Which service was that where we did automation? One more. Cloud formation. Remember cloud formation? So we have done cloud formation. We automated the infrastructure through the code or not. So that was completely manual on AWS. But whereas in part 2, the DevOps will be completely automation. So in this course, guys, in this course, I'll be teaching you DevOps and also how to implement this DevOps in AWS. That is missing generally from everywhere. Because in whatever the tools that you'll be learning in DevOps, there are also alternate tools available in AWS. Let's say you are learning about Docker here, but in AWS also we have something called ECS, Elastic Container Service, right? So that is part 3 here, where I'll be using DevOps in AWS. I'll be teaching native tools, and also I'll be teaching what in AWS with DevOps. Whatever the tools that you'll learn, we'll be implementing in AWS also. So this is AWS learning roadmap, so you don't need to worry about this because that is. So let us move to this interesting part for this course. So these are the tools that you will be learning from this course. And online people, those who don't know me, those who haven't saw me, there I was there on top there. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Oh my God. Right. Shocked. All right. Okay. I think most of the online people doesn't know me, right? So yeah. So first, what we do is you're more fit into that. Yeah. So DevOps fundamentals I'll be teaching you, right? And then I'll be teaching you Linux. After that, we'll be learning what Git. Read. First of all, I want you to open your mouth and try to speak these words so that that will get registered in your brains. The tools are very important, right? Stay with me here. So Git, GitHub, read it, Maven, SonarCube, OWASP, Jenkins, Apache Tomcat, Ansible, Nexus. We call it as what? Nexus, Docker, Tree, AWS, because we need AWS to deploy all these things. And then Kubernetes, Argo CD we do, Grafana will do, Terraform will do, Helm little bit will do, and Trello. Next, what we do? DevOps project. All right. And then we have DevSecOps tools, and that will be delivered to you here. So looks promising. Online. So this is the course content. So those who are asking, sir, what are the things that we'll be covering in this course? These are the tools will be covered. Online, is it clear? You know, right? If it is clear, put CC. Clear, CC. Okay, you still stuck in my photo. See my tools, not my photo. Yeah, Portainer will also be there, Anup. That's a small concept. Yes. Perfect. So these are the tools that will be covered. Apart from these tools, I said part 3. So part 3 will be like here, we have something called, yes, don't worry, Bharatwaj. Guys, by seeing all these things, it's scary or not? Remember, I showed you AWS services initially also, and you said, oh, I remember that Shak. Oh my God, Shak photo, right? So later now, you will shock others. Yes or no? Now, if anyone wants to come and talk to you about AWS, boom, boom or not? Yeah. So here also same thing, by looking at it. So here, definitely no need to be scared of this because I'm here for you. So each and every tool, each and every command, each and everything slowly, step by step, I'll be teaching you. And also what I do is I have created a notepad for you already where it contains all the necessary commands listed over there with nice explanation. So what we do is slowly every day we'll take few commands, we'll try it, and that commands I'll share you in the Google Classroom. You open that and parallelly do the practicals. Okay, no hurry, nothing. Aram will do it. Okay. So, and by the way, here Shubhankar is asking, sir, how much coding is needed? DevOps, this AWS DevOps people will come mostly non-coding people. So those who don't like coding, so they want to opt some course, and this is the first number 1 course that they have. So, but I would say DevOps also has little bit scripting and coding. Okay, but I promise you that you don't need to bang your head to write the code from scratch. Right? So everything will be available in some places. So what you need to do, take out those and then modify accordingly and then do it. So you should be able to understand the flow of the code and then where to modify, when to modify, how to apply. You should know all those things that we'll be learning. Do not worry that. No need to worry about that. No need to learn about your oops concept, C, Java, what loops, while loops. No, not required. Okay. Okay, and then I told you that DevOps will be implemented in AWS, right? So here we have ECS, ECR, EKS. EKS is very famous nowadays. So remember, we'll be learning about Kubernetes. So that Kubernetes, how to implement on AWS, we go with here. EKS, yes. Palash is saying, sir, missing chitti. Yeah, of course, right? So you're already my chittis, right? Yeah, and then cloud formation, everything we'll be doing it. Shock? That's why I said, don't fear. I'm here. Yeah, good. So as I said, I will not be starting from basics here, but the thing is, you know why AWS is important. Those new people, we don't need to say that which is the number one cloud provider in the market. AWS, there is no doubt at all. But that reason, anywhere you go, you see the course called DevOps with AWS. Very few places that you say DevOps, Azure DevOps. So Azure DevOps is also good, I'm saying. But the thing is, the top is here is AWS with DevOps, and the next one would be Azure DevOps. So if you learn this AWS DevOps, Azure DevOps also concepts will be similar, but you can easily learn by yourself. So I'm not telling here why we should be learning AWS, you know, right? Yeah. So certification, AWS certifications, we do it. These are all fine. Okay. All right. So let us move to the very important topic of today's class, which is for everyone it is new. Okay. So no old and new students concept here. But Nana, is it clear? It is still here, everyone online? I'm a little bit concerned on my new people, but don't worry, slowly you'll get habituated. But you can talk to me after this class. And online people, so I'll be new people, we'll talk again, no problem. But whatever we have learned, is this clear? Okay, fantastic. So what is this course about today? DevOps. So let me introduce what is DevOps. And you know very well that whichever the topic that I want to introduce, I will not be introducing just like that. For everything, there will be a reason behind it. Why we need DevOps? What were there before DevOps? Right? So let me take an example and then tell you what is this exactly DevOps is. Okay, so now everyone are on the same page. So please, new people, concentrate from here. It's time to start. Let's start. Okay. Assume now we have our friend Raju. Raju, right? I remember. We have our Raju, our offline friend. Let's say we want to start a business. Let's say Raju and me myself want to start a business. In general, I'm saying, let's start a business. Here, for example, it is Amazon app. What app is this? It can be Amazon app also, it can be Netflix also, it can be Instagram also, it can be anything. Assume that I want to start a business. Tell me, guys, if I want to start a business, what I need first? What I need to think about first? What I need first? Money, okay, fine. Okay. Plan, customer, infrastructure, ideas. What else? I want you to bring up your things. Come on, think as a business guy. What do you need? Okay, so the basic thing that what we need to start a business. Assume that myself and Raj, we are starting up the business. First of all, guys, we need a team or not? We need a team or not? Without team, can we do anything? Definitely, we need a team. So what I need here is I need a team. So I already have a team. Should I introduce that team to you? Ready? Let's say. So I need a team. And let me introduce my wonderful team for you. Guys, whenever I'm talking about this, please you be in that situation and think. Don't think that I'm teaching. Think that you are in that situation. You are starting the business here. If you want to start the business, first you need to have a team, and then you already have the team, and this is my team. And meet my team, Miss Kyra. She is my manager. Okay. So meet my team. Say hi. Hi, Kyra. So I think you are not considering my class. Let me move on. So see her name is Kyra, and her boss is yes, sir. Remember our company? Boom Company. Okay. So hi, Kyra ji. She will not understand Hindi by the way. Okay. Okay. See. All right. So she's my manager. Okay. All right. Next, she's a developer, and her name is. Remember? Coming. She's whom? She's whom? What? Developer. What is her name? Roxy. Previous name? Kyra. And her name is Roxy. Who is the developer, Nana? Who is developer? Who develops the code? Who develops the code is a developer. And who is the developer here? Roxy is developer. All right. Next, meet Mr. Mark. He's saying hi to you. Right? Hi. So who is he, Nana? Operations guy. Who is he? Operations guy. Okay. So who is operation guy? Meaning this is the guy who deploy or manage the servers. Who is doing the planning? Kyra. Who is doing the project planning? Kyra. And who is developing the application? Roxy. And who is deploying the application? Mark. Remember, getting it slowly, right? So let us not learn the DevOps in a paragraph way. Let us take the real-time example and see. And next is, she's tester. Meet Miss Maria. Sir, from where do you got these names? Guys, when I was in Europe, really there are my team members. But not photos different. Okay, so those are my... Okay, so who is here? Tester. Can you tell me who is tester? What the tester will do? Test the code. What she'll do? Test the code. So that was my team. And all in all, my core team is this. Who is Roxy, Nana? She is developer, Mark, operations guy, and Maria, tester. Clear? So in order to develop... Sir, where are you, sir? So in order to develop the application, so first of all, we need these people or not? No, who is developing? Roxy is developer. Developer will develop, tester will test. After that, Mark will go and deploy. Yes or no? We need these things mandatorily in order to have the application running. Everyone agree with this? Can be like Kyra will go and deploy? Kyra is manager. She will be just sitting. That's it. She's planning. That's it. And who is actually deploying? Mark. Who is testing? Maria, right? Generally, without testing, can you deploy the code? No, right? The customer will feel really bad. Yes or no? If you're clicking something and it is not working, it's bad or not? Whose fault is that? Tester fault. You're getting it. And if you're clicking on just a Gmail compose button and some stars are coming up, whose mistake is this? Developer mistake. That she should not be developing like that. And application URL itself is not working. Whose mistake? Mark mistake, because Mark is the one who deployed the application on the machine. You're getting it. You need to relate this to your real time. Okay, so let us move on. Then in order to basically set up any business or any application, SDLC is very important. In your college days also you might have learned about SDLC, but let us implement this here. Implement it. What is the full form of SDLC? Software Development Lifecycle. So in order to have application access by the customer, it cannot be just like created and then given to the customer. No, there is a lot of process will be involved in the backend. So what is the first thing in SDLC? The first phase is what is planning phase. What phase is that? Planning phase. So in planning phase, what we do, Kyra, myself, Raju, and myself, what we do? We do the planning. What's the planning here? We will decide the goals, scope, how many people, requirements, how many people we need to hire, what's the budget, cost, risk. Everything will be done under the planning. Okay, now planning is done. And then we do, okay, now myself and Raju has decided that we will be hiring 5 people. And then what these 5 people will do? And we need to gather the requirements or not. We need to gather requirement analysis. That means, okay, you are planning to set up an application. In that application, what are the images should you keep? What is the homepage? What is the links? What is the menu that you have? If you want to set up a restaurant business also, you need to prepare the menu or not. Starters, main course, last drinks, soft drinks. All the things will be there or not. So you need to decide, you need to have a requirement analysis. Okay, now understand the requirement. I have a requirement analysis done. Based on the requirement, I need to design it or not. Based on the requirement, I need to design it. And once you design the blueprint that I need my application in this way, then who will develop that application? Developers will develop. That is, so developers will develop, and finally that will be implemented. So here, now tell me, so they will implement. So basically, actual coding and development take place here in this case. Once the development is done, what we do? Testing is required or not? Because all the clicks are working or not. Functionality testing is rigorous testing, stress testing. There are so many testings will be there in the testing phase. So all these testings will be done in which phase? Testing phase. Once the testing is done, everything is pakka clear. Then after that, what we do? We go and deploy. What we do now? We go and deploy. Once you deploy, you just need to maintain it. Yes or no? You just need to maintain it. So then only the application will be delivered to the customer or not? Yes or no? Getting it? So this process is continuous or not? This process is continuous or not? So let us remember that word called continuous, because this will be a major impact in our course. What is this word called? Continuous. Remember that when time comes, I'll talk about that. Is it clear on the SDLC? Okay. Now what happens is, now I have my SDLC planning, everything is done. So in SDLC, majorly we have 3 models, but let's talk about 2 models first. What is the first model here? Waterfall model. Next model, Agile model. Online cheat is put in the chat. Now what are the 2 models that we have here? Waterfall model and then Agile model. What is Waterfall model? See, let me take an example, a real-time example. So let's start the project now. And we are using which model? Waterfall model. Assume that we are using what? I'll tell you what exactly waterfall model is. Now we have started the project here, Chiti. And then what will happen first? The planning, analysis, design will happen or not? All this will happen. Good. Now, developer need to start the coding or not? Who is our developer here? Roxy. Who is our developer here? Roxy. And we have Raju, myself, and we have given the requirement to Roxy, and Roxy started developing the code. We have given Bhayanak requirement. We have given Bhayanak requirement. I need that, everything. And Roxy collected all this information and she started developing the code. Now tell me, Chiti, here. Tell me here. Does the developer, Roxy, will develop within the overnight? That might be so many requirements will she develop in overnight? She took, assume, 6 months to develop. How much? Who is doing the hard work here? Developer. Roxy is doing the hard work. Now tell me, I have 2 other team members. Who are those? Tester and then operations guy. Can you tell me what are these 2 people doing? Chill, bro. Yes or no? Yes or no? Everyone, online. What are these 2 people? What is Maria and Mark doing? Enjoying. Any work? Raju, think you and me, we need to pay salaries for them. If they are not working, you might pay to Maria, but I will not pay. You tell me, guys, yes or no? So if they are not working, why I need to pay them? But if I go and ask, hey, Maria and Mark, why are you not working? And that is the expression Mark will give. Oh, what should I do? Let Roxy give the code. I will do testing, and I'll do the deployment. What should I do? Let them finish first, and then we'll like, okay, what happened next? 6 months later. I know you're enjoying this class. How many months later? 6 months. Because Roxy took how many months? 6 months later. What happened? Tester came. And what happened? Tester, Roxy, who is our Maria? Maria tested the code, and she started announcing that, hey, hello, we have bugs. Roxy, you have developed for 6 months. You see, this is failing. This is the bug. This is the bug. You're getting it? Now tell me, Maria, this tester will talk to back whom? Developer. Can you tell me, tester can move forward now? What is our Mark is doing now? Enjoying. Mark is enjoying. So here, customer call Mark. Let's say manager. I'm manager. I called Mark. Hey, Mark, what? And said, I'm waiting for the code to deploy. Who need to give code to you? Tester. Hey, tester, what happened? Testing in progress. Oh. Why it is testing? Because developer has recoded that she was right, here she fixed the bugs and again need to be tested or not. This process is going on or not. And now tell me what client is doing. Client is waiting for the product or not. You see the client reaction there? Whenever client call to Raju and me or Kaira, manager, and we all come and fall on these 3 people or not. Yes or no? But as a manager, we don't know to whom I need to blame. Do I need to blame Marka? Do I need to blame Maria, tester, or do I need to blame developer? You understand the gray area here? You understand the gray area here? Just imagine if you are in that situation. Client is calling you and banging, and you don't know to whom you will be asking, even though you are the owner of the company. Be in that situation. So after that, guys, whatever the model that we have followed is waterfall model. So waterfall model basically is a linear sequential approach. What approach is this? Sequential approach. So that meaning before completing the previous step, next step will not be started. Yes or no? A lot of time waste or not? Let me give you one more. Correct. I mean, patience converts frustration. Correct. So here, let me give one real time example where it will hit you correctly. Now tell me, I'm teaching you DevOps or AWS, and I'm not asking CC, and I'm not asking here. So here I'm not asking, is it clear or not? After completing AWS, I asked, is it clear? After completing AWS, I'm asking, is it clear? Then if you push up to say no, that is waterfall model. That is what here? Water. If you say no, again I need to go back and then teach the entire things. So why not I ask you every few minutes? Why not I can ask you every few minutes, is it clear? If you say clear, then only I'll go to the next step. You are my customer here. You're getting it? That is called Agile model. That is called what model here? Agile. Coming to waterfall model. In waterfall model, this was the approach that they were using around 1970. And time to market is very slow or not? The product will go to the market very speed? No. Automation is very low. And when the customer feedback will come? After end of the project. And when the customer come and say that, hey, this is not the one I was expecting. 6 months, 1 year code is come. This was the problem with waterfall model. So to fix this, we got here what? Agile. So okay, I forgot to change here waterfall. So that is Agile. So the Agile model meaning here, remember, see here, Agile model is instead of asking the feedback after completing the entire project, I'll be asking the feedback every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. So here in Agile methodology, in Agile model, we have something concept called sprint. What is that? Online, experienced people, you might already working on the sprint basis in your companies. So here, sprint meaning customer will give one project. So manager, what he'll do is he will analyze the entire project. He will break down into multiple tasks, and all these tasks will put it in where in a backlog. Remember backlog? So we have the backlogs where all the tasks will be there. Now there is also a concept called here Scrum. What is that? Don't worry about all these things. I'm just telling additional things for you. This Scrum Master. Emo, what is your name? Emo. So clear 15 backlogs meaning not the one your college backlogs. Okay, so not that college backlogs that I was talking about. So backlogs here meaning the task which will be in the backend ready to take it. Okay, so here, this Scrum Master, what they do is, so they will the manager, the team lead will assign you the task. Let's say Jaya. So Jaya, this is the task for you, and you need to give me estimation how much time will it take. You will leave this number of days. So I'll give you distribute the task to multiple people here, and the release is for how many? Okay, the task I will come back to every 2 weeks. But this Scrum Master, what he'll do is every morning exactly at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, he will come to you and ask what you have done yesterday. What are you doing today? The only 2 questions he'll ask. Yes or no? Scrum. Experienced people. One of the hatest thing that in your is Scrum call. Agree? Agree online. Because in your company, they will come and if someone is coming to you and ask, what are you planning to do today and what you have done yesterday? And Pusuku, you have went for yesterday with your friend for chai or coffee, and you spend a lot of time there, and you didn't complete the work. Will you come to tomorrow to meeting and say to the Scrum Master, yesterday I went with and had coffee? Just imagine, right? So these are all the things that in the companies in the real time that we are following it, but I'll be talking about all these things later. Don't worry. So here, they will complete this 2 weeks work, and the collection of sprint we call it as one release. What we call it here, release. So here, sprint 1, what in the sprint 1, what they do is they design, they develop, they test, they deploy, and they review. Sprint 1 is done. Next, we got next set of task. Again, we will design, develop, test, deploy, review. So here, deployment is happening every 2 weeks. Listen carefully. Yes, correct. I know. Vibe, that is missing here. So guys, here deployment is happening every 2 weeks. Developer is keep on developing. First day, second day, third day, deployment happened. Fourth day, deployment happened. Sixth day, deployment happened. 10th day, deployment happened. 12th day, deployment happened. 14th day, deployment happened. Yes. Yes. When deployment happened? What? Just in between what? In between if any problem errors come, and that you get that errors notification when? On 14th day. Agile. What is this called? Agile. Understood? And every 2 weeks you'll get the feedback here, and then customer will say you'll get the customer feedback every 2 weeks, right? And then combination of sprint we call it as here release. New product will be released to the customer after the sprint is completed. So here time to market is also speed. So customer feedback you'll get every sprint. What happens if something goes wrong in the middle of a sprint? Then problem or not? Then comes DevOps. Then comes here DevOps, where we will not be waiting for 2 weeks. Code immediately deploy. Design, develop, deploy, test, deploy immediately. Continuous or not? You design, you develop, you will implement, you test, you deploy, get the feedback. Do you wait for 2 weeks? Immediately. Continuous deployment. What is this called? So deployment is doing continuously or not? This is called what? Continuous deployment. Getting it? Continuous deployment. So here, see here, what are the things that we are doing? See here. First we need to do what? Plan. Next, code. Next, build. Next, test. Next, release. Next, deploy. So operate and then monitor. So this is continuous or not? This is continuous or not? So continuously we are doing. And on a plan, code, we build, test, we need to. For every phase we have a tool. For every phase we have a tool. For testing we have a tool. For building we have a tool. Heard about Jenkins? Right? So there is a for building there is a tool. For release there is a tool. For deployment we have a tool. For monitoring we have a tool. Just now we have use Grafana, Prometheus, Splunk, Datadog. All the monitoring part will come. You getting it? For every phase there is a tool. No, tool to tool you need to do integration or not? Tool to tool we need to do the integration or not? That is called continuous integration. I'll be giving all definitions, but listen concept. So I'm not the one here who is reading the paragraph here. In your real time, how this works, I'm showing you. Right? Continuous what here? Integrate. So build to test we need to integrate or not? Test to release integrate or not? Deploy, operate, integrate or not? This is called continuously, guys. Why this DevOps is an infinite symbol? Because it is continuous. Continuously integration we need to do. Continuously deployment we do. In shortcut we call it as continuous integration meaning CI. Continuous deployment meaning CD. And this is called CI/CD process. Say that CI/CD. You're getting it? So many people heard about CI/CD, CI/CD. Now you understand here, right? This is the theoretical. You know, right? I don't like to go with the PPTs, but to make you comfortable, so I'm just going with the actual concepts here. Okay, see here. This is the great differences between. Guys, this is the great differences between here. Waterfall model, Agile, DevOps. See the clear here. Here. Yeah, good enough. So here Waterfall. In Waterfall, what we do here? First design. People will design and give you a lot of time in the coding or not. After completing the coding, we will test, deploy. So first code everything, test and deploy. Problem or not? There will be a problem here or not? Because after doing the entire code, then only we test. Just in case if we get any bugs, again we need to do the coding. Coming to Agile, first they do design, code, test, and then only deploy. Have they done any deployment in between? How many weeks? 2 weeks. Deployment will be doing only after 2 weeks. Any issues, feedback will come only after 14 days, 2 weeks. Whereas coming to DevOps, code, test, deploy. Code, test, deploy. Code, test, deploy. Code, test, deploy. This is never-ending process. That is called continuous deployment or integration. Got the point? All entity clear? You understood? DevOps is a methodology. So you cannot call DevOps as a tool, or you cannot call DevOps as a framework, or DevOps as a something else. It is purely a process. It's a methodology. DevOps will come under the subset of Agile. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, good. So let me tell you, now you understand what are the things that we have learned here. So we have learned here, if you want to start up a project, we need SDLC, right? In SDLC, we have how many models? 3 models. What are the 3 models? Number 1 is Waterfall model. Number 2, Agile model. Next, DevOps model. You understand what is first one, Waterfall model. Next, you understand Agile. Next, you understand DevOps. These are the 3 models. So now, I'll be telling you in real time, before DevOps, what is there? How they are doing application deployment. No, those who are new, application deployment meaning developer will develop the code or not. Let's say Java. So, I still have that. So, okay, Java. So, what is developers they develop in Java? Let's say, what's your name? Sultan Bhai. So, I have a Java guy, and what I did, I developed the code and I give it to you. What will you do? Will you do anything with the code? Will you do anything with the code? If you open the code, everything will be for oops, if where condition. Then you will tell me, hey, what I do with this code? Then you will ask whom, what's the name? Shashank. Then you will ask Shashank, hey Shashank, please deploy this application on the server. Once you deploy the application on the server, then only you can access from the website, from the URL. Okay, so now how the deployment is happening, we will see. This is after DevOps or before DevOps. Remember this. Before DevOps, how is the application deployment? Listen, code is ready? Code. See the code. Tell me which code is written in which language here. Thank God you're seeing, right? Next, do you know Mark is also there? Please concentrate Mark also, please. Okay. So here we have Mark. So code is ready. And the code, what Mark has done? Mark has deployed on the server. Good. Code is ready. Testing is done. And then Mark has deployed. Very good. Deployed. Once he deployed, what happened? Not working. Application is not working. Guys, application is not working. Do you see the face of the customer there? So customer is the end user for us. Whenever he clicked the URL, where he was waiting very badly since so many months, just imagine when he clicked the link and it says page cannot be displayed. I don't know what level of frustration that he get. Right? And then tell me, immediately he will call whom? Mark. Because who is the guy who deployed? Mark. So now, Mark what he'll do? See now, Mark what he'll do? He will check it. Where he'll check in his server or not? He says server condition is good. Application not working. He check all the parameters and all parameters are good. As application not working, whom he will contact? Developer. Who is the developer here? Roxy. So Mark immediately will go to Roxy and say, Roxy, application not working. And you know what is the face that she will put like that only? Literally tell me, developers, online who are all developers, please be with me. Back me up. Is it the same face expression that you put when someone comes and say the code is not working on the server? See, let me ask our experience people online. Guys, online. Pakka. Okay, see. So yes, definitely. So and okay, so you tell to Roxy, Mark has told to Roxy that yes, application, please check. So she checked the applications. Good. How? Because guys, tell me, does Roxy developer is interested to log into the server? Tell me yes or no. It is online. Put yes or no. Is developer interested to log into the server? Developer itself will be busy with developing the code. Is she interested to log into the server? Then why she said application condition is good? Because she checked in her own laptop. That's a bhayanak word they'll use is working in my laptop. Literally real-time scenarios. Literally, back me up, online experience people. Exactly. See here, guys. Here, she will check because she is concerned on the server. No, right? So whatever, guys, whatever developer has developed, she will tell, hey, Marco, I have given neat code to you. Whatever I was giving, it was neat code. You put it in the server, it is not working. What should I do? Getting it? So again, she will contact whom? Mark. So what will happen? Super game will start. What game is that? Blame game. Who will blame whom? Tell me. Developer will blame a operation server guy will blame a developer. Who is the most affected person here? Customer. So customer link is website is not working. Website is not working. And when customer called manager Kyra, and Kyra comes and says, hey Mark, what's the problem? Please check with Roxy, developer. Hey, Roxy developer, what's the problem? Please check with the Mark. What in between we are with, I mean, yes or no? You're getting it? So blame game starts. So who is the most affected person here? Customer. Application not working, business loss or not? So guys, wall of confusion will establish in between. In between whom? In between whom? Developer and operations guy. Yes or no? So developer says that I have given the right code. And our poor Mark will say, the same code I have deployed. And she said, I don't know. I don't know, right? So don't ask me, I have given the right code. Guys, see here, same situation, right? So here, the battle will start. Like the battle will start. See, read here, the battle between whom? Developer versus operations. The battle will start with developer versus operations. Developer says it is your problem. Operation says it is your problem. And they are not talking to each other. Guys, they are not talking with each other because their wall of confusion is established. Now, listen carefully here. Guys, now, someone need to come and break the wall. Someone need to come and break that wall that has established between developer and operations. And to break that wall, and we are introducing the powerful concept here, DevOps, Mr. DevOps here. DevOps will come, he will come and collaborate between developer and operations. So DevOps guy will come and do the collaboration between developer and operations because they are not talking to each other. No. So DevOps guys will come and first he will talk to Roxy, what's the problem? And he will also go and talk to Mark, what's the problem? And he is the guy who will fix the problem. And that guy name is DevOps guy. So now let's see what happens. Code is ready. Test cases are passed. Who will do the deployment now? Who will do the deployment now? Everyone. Who will do the deployment now? And Mr. DevOps came into picture. And literally he is like a Bahubali in the team. Literally DevOps is like a Bahubali in the team where he's a very powerful guy. Without DevOps, there is no team nowadays. And there will not be only one DevOps. There will be multiple DevOps people in the team. So, and Arrival of the hero is, we are using Amarendra DevOps. Okay, nice name, right? So Mr. DevOps came into picture. So what he'll do, DevOps guy will break the wall between developer and operations. And you see this, they're loving each other or not? Yes. So that's the reason why development plus operations is called DevOps. So welcome to DevOps. Clear guys? Online, clear? Now you all understood what is DevOps and how the DevOps thing, what is the concept before DevOps, after DevOps? Understood? So remember, and this DevOps, you don't need to worry about who invented this DevOps and all, because there's a guy in 2007, we call it as Patrick. What's that? Patrick, literally this Patrick, that was some situation happened that he want to do some work, but he's trying to contact two people in between. So whenever he's contacting one guy, he's always talking about the other guy. And he's talking, when he talks to the other guy, he's talking to the first guy. So that there also blame game started. But that reason he came up with an idea and said, why don't these two people collaborate each other? That collaboration is DevOps. The collaboration is DevOps. And DevOps with AWS is a trend now. Whatever the DevOps that you do, you need to deploy the applications or not. Where do you deploy? In AWS. Where do you deploy, Nana? In AWS. For that reason, in order to learn DevOps, first you need to learn AWS. So for that reason, all of you, my previous students, you learned AWS and you're ready to learn DevOps. New students, so for you, either you need to wait for the next batch, or if you want to continue this, I'll be talking about little bit of AWS basic, whatever is required. Okay. Okay, so don't worry about this. And in this, guys, we'll be talking about all these things. There are so many projects that I'm doing it for you in this course. And this is an interesting thing. Don't worry about the diagrams. I copied the diagrams because nice colors are there. So this is the project that we'll be doing, project number 1. This is the project number 2, where we'll be deploying Hotstar application. Hotstar application we will not develop. Already developed application will be there. What we'll do, we will deploy through DevOps process. DevOps process means what? Designer, plan, design, code, build, test, deploy or not. All these things we'll learn again, right? So, and then we'll be doing some game project. Guys, do you need to worry about the code? Don't worry about the code. I can take any code. It can be Hotstar, Netflix, Instagram, any code I can take. You need to concentrate on deployment process. What are the tools that you need to implement in between to deploy this code smoothly to the customer is here, DevOps. And then project number 4, Tetris is another here gaming thing that we will be deploying. Project number 5, Zomato application will deploy using all integration process. And Netflix project, Project number 6, we'll be deploying Netflix project. Project number 7, Python Flask, MySQL combination. Project number 8, AWS DevOps. Whatever that you have learned native DevOps, I'll be implementing that to the AWS using this project. Project 9, so we'll be setting up another project with EKS with a combination of AWS. And then this one, we already did this in AWS, but it looks promising. That's why I want to impress, That's why I put this, but ignore that. So here, there is also another project I did mention here that I'll be setting up in Kubernetes. I'll be setting up MongoDB project also. MongoDB database and front-end MongoDB Express edition. So we'll be setting up that also. That too in Kubernetes. Individual tools projects will also be there, and covering with multiple tools projects will also be there. So these are all the things that we will be covering in this course. Is it clear? Looks promising? Reach the expectations? Huh? I think. Online, everyone? Any questions? So we'll talk. So when next batch will DevOps will start? In how many months will you play? Pratiksha, don't worry, we'll start. I don't know when, but please wait. Maybe it might start in a month or no queries. Very well, sir. Okay. Any other questions? Online. So we will set up Kubernetes manually also. Ramohan Rao, we will set up Kubernetes using Terraform also. Automatically we can do it. We'll be doing a lot of things. No, Ravi. No. For 5:30 you will get that again there. Duration of this batch 2 months, including Saturdays, excluding Sunday. No, sir. Clear with your explanations. Okay. So online, everyone, my world. So how did you feel this first day of your DevOps? Online. So I'm really happy to see all of you here. So please continue how you started this journey with me on AWS. Please start this journey on DevOps also. So once you learn this DevOps from me, you no need to look back again, right? So this is how we'll be learning it. And I'll be taking all your questions tomorrow also. Don't worry. And how many years of experience we can post on this course? I said 3 to 4 years. Tausif. How many? I said on AWS also how many experience I can give? 3 to 4. On DevOps also I'll be giving you 3 to 4 years knowledge. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Sir. EKS Kubernetes difference. This is very early to talk about that, Tamim. So EKS is AWS Kubernetes service, which is managed by AWS. Kubernetes is a native tool that we can install it manually. So this is for full stack Java. Taha, no taha. Okay. So fan at first class. Okay. Thank you, Yash. Thank you. Okay, Nana. So I already took 6 minutes extra, but tomorrow also we'll be talking about very wonderful topics because I already introduced you DevOps. So tomorrow for new people, if there are new people, so I'll talk about the basics a little bit.